45 points tonight. At what point during the game did you guys kind of feel like you started to take over a little bit?
I think we had more of a rough first half as a team. And so at halftime, we just regrouped, got together, and realized what we needed to do. And it wasn't necessarily like a takeover from Carly and I. I think it was working as a team and reading the right reads.
Yeah. The three-point ball really wasn't working in the first half. How do you guys stay confident, to keep shooting as the game goes on?
I think just knowing that they'll fall eventually, like, we shot all morning this morning, and just knowing, like, if they aren't falling at the beginning, like, we need to keep shooting them if they're going to leave them open, so.
Yeah, playing the percentage game more than anything, we shoot the ball really, really well. And that first half didn't reflect that, so we were due for some in the second.
And then defensively, it was pretty clear they were trying to work inside the paint a lot. How did you guys adjust to that as the game went on?
Can you say that again?
Defensively, it was pretty clear that St. Louis was trying to force the ball inside. How did you guys adjust to that as the game went on?
I think, like, having the help come and double a little bit, like, earlier, and then try not to let them, like, get through the gaps, and on drives, too, like, having a double go help.
Just playing our team defense that we've been doing. We know exactly how to handle it, and I think there was a little bit of jitters for the first half. Came out the second half ready to go. Knew exactly what we needed to do.
And then even though it wasn't the outcome you guys wanted in game one, how important is this building confidence, being able to erase such a large deficit in that first half?
I think it proves that we can come back from a rough first half, and I'm really proud of how we played today. But we can't be content with it. Carly said that to the team in the locker room. Like, we should not be happy how this game went. Like, we fought hard, but there's a lot to learn from it.
Thanks.
Liv had a great first half for you guys, led the team with 10 points in the first half. How important was it to have her step up in that first half when you guys maybe weren't feeling it quite as well in that first half when you were struggling a little bit?
Yeah, I think she's, like, one of our biggest hustle players on our team, like, always diving on the floor, like, playing really good defense and taking good shots. So I think that really helped us stay in it a little bit, at least in the first half.
Yeah, she's one of those players that works her butt off no matter when or where, and her coming in there really kept us in the game more than anything. We would not have been in it without her.
Oh, well, that was a tough one. It was a game of runs, and the first half I felt like we just struggled to settle in a little bit, dug ourselves a pretty deep hole. I think we were down 17 at one point, and then kind of clawed our way back, and I felt like we had a really, really good second half, especially offensively, and then down the stretch, had some opportunities, and unfortunately, we were unable to find a way to get, one more stop.
Yeah, Coach, despite the outcome, first game here, how excited were you, just to be out there for tonight?
Yeah, I mean, this is a special place. The environment is it's incredible. This is a place that supports women's basketball really, really well, and it was they get into it too. There were some times where when we were making those runs, obviously in the moment I wasn't really paying attention, but reflecting. Just here in the last 10 minutes or so, it's a special place, and looking forward to lots more games here in the SCSC.
Yeah, you mentioned the first half jitters a little bit. What was the message to your team at halftime?
Yeah, just to settle in. They were really, really pressuring us, and I felt like we were kind of, back on our heels and letting them dictate our pace and our decision making. And I felt like in the second half we just got a little bit more aggressive. We got a little bit smarter about how we were going to attack. And I think, our players settled in a little bit, and they gained a little bit confidence in the second half after, some success. I thought, especially, Grace and Carly both, I thought got a lot more aggressive in the second half.
Yeah, it was pretty clear St. Louis wanted to pound the ball inside. What was the defensive adjustment as the game went on?
Yeah, I felt like our first shot defense in the paint was pretty decent early. And then kind of as we got later in the game, into the fourth quarter, I thought we gave them, a couple easier post-entry passes, and they were pretty deep, and those are tough to defend. So again, we did a decent job early on, and then kind of as the game went on, I thought, we gave up some easier touches, and they're really good around the rim, and they're not just good getting a first shot. They're really good at crashing the glass, and I felt like, again, we gave up some pretty tough and one kind of offensive rebound putbacks there in the stretch of the last quarter and then into overtime.
And then as the season goes on, how important is it to see the resiliency from your team this early in the season?
Yeah, I mean, that was great. I mean, we were down 17, there's a lot of teams, there's opportunity there to pack it in and call it a night. And this team didn't do that. They compete, they battle. They played through a lot of adversity there for a stretch. And, I think they're starting to see that, you want to make sure that defensively you're putting yourself in a position where, while your offense struggles, you're able to kind of keep it within striking distance. And so, we've got some growth, but definitely like the resiliency.
And last question for you, Coach. In the first half, Liv coming in off the bench, 10 first half points, led the team in the first half. How important was it for her to have that performance to keep you in the game?
Really, really important. Grace obviously went to the bench with foul trouble, and, Liv stepped up and scored 10 points, but also ran the team and handled that pressure and got us settled into our offense. Huge for her, huge for our team. That was a really, really good stretch from Liv.